everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela if you're new here, and welcome to my corner. In today's video, as you can see from the title, we're going to talk about palettes, but the palettes are actually worth your money. And before we get into the video, make sure you guys follow me on my socials and also subscribe to my channel and hit the little notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Alright, and without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, I'm not gonna talk to you in a particular order. I'm just gonna grab a palette and tell you if it's worth it and if it's not and why. Let's go. The first thing I grabbed was the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill palette. I think this is the second time she collaborated with Morphe for a palette. I also love the first palette. I don't own it anymore because I gave it to a friend because I didn't really seem to grab it very often, mostly because I prefer smaller palettes. But that palette is hella worth it. I'm gonna have some pictures of it here, and the price, it's hella worth. I think it's like $38 if I'm not mistaken, but it's worth the money. If you're a beginner, you're gonna love that palette. When she brought these palettes out, she said that there were the colors that she had to reject on the first palette, and supposedly they're the same consistency and the same exact shadows from the first palette. I think I agree with that, at least for the one that I got, because I heard there were like mixed reviews. The one that I got, it was the purple version. These are the colors inside. The name of it is Bling Boss, and honestly, if you guys know anything about makeup, you know that purples are really hard to perfect, and usually they're not good when they come out. I'm actually very pleased with this palette. The consistency is amazing. The shimmery pigments are so good. Let me swatch one for you guys. I'm gonna swatch Ballsy. Alright. Hope you can tell. This is a very nicely pigmented shadow. And let's do one of the mattes as well. Let's do Sparks. Let's do it over here. Just perfectly buttery. I love it so much. They're so easy to work with. They're very buttery. There are almost no fallout, if any fallout, and I'm pretty sure each palette is $15, but if you want a bundle, I think that's a better deal. Again, I'm gonna have all the money, the prices around somewhere here in the screen, and also the links where you can buy every palette down below for you guys. So Jaclyn Hill palettes is approved. I totally love them. They're worth the money, and if you want a good quality palette for a little money, then I highly recommend this. The second palette I grabbed is one of my personal favorites, if not my all-time favorite palette. It's the Carnival palette from Bperfect Cosmetics. And if you guys remember when this first came out, it was like a whole deal because it was an amazing palette, an amazing Colourpop palette. And actually, I was one of the few first people that bought this palette before it became a big thing, so I'm very proud about that. But it's kind of messed up on the inside because I use it a lot, so please do not mind the broken ass mirror and the shadow that's missing, the highlighter actually. But this palette is absolutely gorgeous. It's stunning. It comes with two highlighters, one for me, and all the colors of the rainbow that you can use, and all the colors you need to create a normal daytime look or a colorful look or anything in between that you want. The colors are amazing. The pigments are stunning. Let me try and swatch one for you guys. I'm going to switch Queenie. Ooh, let's do it over here. I hope you don't mind swatching some hair as well. But like, this is so amazing. Look at that pigment. It's so gorgeous. I'm gonna have the price somewhere in the screen, but I think it was maybe like $45, maybe $50, I'm not sure. I highly recommend this. Worth it, worth the money. Amazing palette, and you can use it for so many versatile looks, so absolutely worth it. Next, I have some Colourpop palettes right here. I have the Mar Colourpop and the Orange Glad, and these are only a few of the ones that I have. I didn't want to bring all of them together because they all have the same consistency of shadows. They all perform the same way. They're absolutely amazing, and the price is unbeatable. I'm pretty sure that this palette was like $12, and they're amazing. They even come with a little mirror inside. The shadows performance is amazing for money, especially. I'm not gonna open this one because it's hella broken, because it was one of my favorite palettes, and I used to use it so much that it kept falling and falling, and eventually got destroyed, so I have to buy a new one. But highly recommend, if you are on a budget and you want a good palette just like the Jaclyn Hill palettes, Colourpop palettes are highly recommend. Alright, now we have my favorite company. I think it's an indie company. I'm not sure if it is, but I'm pretty sure it is. It's Dominik Cosmetics. And if you know anything about Dominik Cosmetics, it's created by my favorite YouTuber, Kristen Dominic. She's actually the reason that I started doing makeup. I don't think I talk about it enough, but she's the reason why I got into makeup. She's the reason why I started watching YouTube. She's my absolute favorite since she's so genuine, it's so nice and so loving. It's so cute. Oh, I could go on and on talking about her, honestly. She's amazing. And she came with her own company, I think 2 years ago, 2018. This was the first palette that she ever came out with, and of course I bought it because it's amazing and I wanted to support her. But this palette is absolutely amazing. You can tell it's been very loved, but all the shadows are so gorgeous and the pans are so big, and you can use them for multiple reasons. So you can use this palette to highlight, bronze, contour, whatever the hell you might want. So it's a very it's one of my favorite palettes to take with me into a vacation when I travel, because I can use it for so many things. This is, as you can see, my favorite shadow, which I also use mostly for highlight because it's stunning. Let me see if I can swatch it for you guys. I'm gonna put it right here. Stunning. Oh, I love the shadow, this shadow so much. So this was the first palette that she came up with, and I also got one of her more recent ones. I think this is the second to last one she came out with. It's called Celestial Storm, and I mean, look at this packaging. Oh, so beautiful. Then you open it up, and the colors are also very stunning. This is a very galaxy palette, which I love because I love creating some fun, colorful looks. But if you're not really into color, you can still use the browns in the palette and then dip into the glitters and all that. These are toppers, so they're gonna look gorgeous on top of your eyeshadow. And those two palettes, I think this was $42, this was $45. 100% worth it. Shadows are amazing. The pans are big, so it's gonna last you a long time. They don't break easily because, as you can tell, I'm very clumsy and my palettes fall a lot, but they don't break. Amazing quality, good pricing, and highly recommend. Now I know this company had some issues this past year, and maybe it was 2019, I'm not sure, I lost time. But if you skip everything they had with and you see just the palettes and the company itself, I personally love Juvias palettes. I have, I think, 2 or 3 of them, but this is the one that I grabbed right now. This is the Warrior by Juvias, and it's an amazing palette for neutral eyeshadows. There you go. And just like the Kristen Dominic one, I use this for versatile looks. So I can use it for contours, for bronzing, for highlighting. So I carry that a lot whenever I travel again because of that reason. Pants are huge. Pricing, it's amazing. I think it's between $12 to $20. I'm not 100% sure, I don't remember, but they're very cheap and they're worth the money. If you get your hands on any of the palettes from Juvias Place, I highly recommend. I know they also have come with other products, and I've used their highlighter before. I personally love it, but yeah, their palettes are worth it, worth the money, worth the quality. Highly recommend. Next 2 palettes I have, I know there's a lot of things going on with this company. Trust me, I hear everything. I personally do not want to take any sides. I'm not the person that likes to be involved in drama and all that stuff. Makeup is makeup, and if I like it, I'm going to tell you that I like it. And if it's worth it, of course I'm going to tell you. Now, what you do with that information, that's totally up to you. I will never judge you, and I will never make you do something that you don't want to do. Now that that's out of the place, Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Say whatever you want to say about the person behind the brand, but the products are flipping amazing. This is the newest, actually no, he just came with a new palette yesterday, but this is the newest one that I've purchased. I came I think out in April, June, what was it? I'm not sure. This is called Cremated, and it's a, I would say, black and white theme palette. As you can see, it has a lot of grays and blacks. It's perfect for smoky eyes, and honestly, the only reason why I bought this palette is because whenever I wanted to make a smoky eye, I would never have enough blacks and grays in one palette, so I would always have to dig from palette to palette, and that would always make me so upset to the point where I would just give up. So if you're one of those people that love dark eyeshadows, smoky eyes, this palette is for you. I highly recommend. It's a little bit on the more expensive side. It's around like $50 something, but if you can afford it, I would totally recommend it because it will last you forever. The shadows are amazing. There's a little fallout on the pan, not on the eye. On the eye you have nothing. On the pan it's a little bit fallout. You need to know about that, but besides that, the shadows are worth it 100%. I made a more in-depth video for this palette. If you want to check it out, I'll have it listed down below. And that's that. Also, I have the Blue Blood palette that came out a couple of years ago. Same thing, amazing packaging. The colors are stunning, and blue is my favorite color, so you bet your ass I got this palette. The pigments are amazing. Again, a little fallout on the pan, but that's fine. Colors are super pigmented, the glitters are popping, so both of these are around $50. But if you can afford it, I highly recommend, because again, it's gonna last you forever, it's good quality, and if you want to invest in a good product, I would highly recommend it. Lastly, I have a palette from a company I don't hear a lot of people talk about, and I personally love. It's called Jolie Beauty, and the palette that I'm holding is called Proud, and as you can see, it's inspired for Pride. It's a rainbow palette, and it has every color you can imagine that you need for a nice look. Whenever I'm in the mood for a colorful look, I always grab this palette because it has different shade of every color, so which I personally love, because whenever I make colorful looks, I like to the gradient look. I like to blend out with a lighter color of the same shade, preferably. So this palette is amazing when it comes to that. The colors are super pigmented, and it also comes with individual glitters on the bottom. I'm not actually a big fan of the glitters, so as you can tell, I don't really use them that much, but the shadows are amazing. And if you want to support the company, I have all the links down below. I actually have a discount code for this palette and everything you want from Jolie Beauty. I think it's NGC27. I have it somewhere here for you guys, and also on the link down below for you. If you want to check them out, I highly recommend them. Everything, the shadows are so pigmented. Let's try the purple ones, because I told you the purples are hard to perfect. Let's try Nadia. I mean, come on. Let's do it over here. I mean, come on. This is just amazing. Again, highly recommend. It's, I think, $30-something. I'm not 100% sure. So it's not super expensive, but not super cheap either. But honestly, if you can get your hands on it, I will highly recommend. It's worth the money. I'll have the link for this down below, and I hope you guys if you guys go and purchase this palette, please leave it as a comment down below. Let me know if you actually like it, because I would be really interested to see what your opinions are for this palette. That's everything I think for this video. I have more palettes than that, but again, I chose the ones that I personally love and adore, and I think it's very worth talking about and telling you guys that if it's worth buying or not. There's a lot of palettes out there, and a lot of companies that would tell you that their palette is the best and it's worth buying, and they're gonna price it like crazy amount of prices, and I don't get it. I really don't get it. I see palettes worth $120. You know what I'm talking about. And I don't care how good that palette is, it should not be worth $120. It just should not. Makeup should not be that expensive. Makeup should be something that everybody can afford. Anyway, I'm getting into a different rant. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my opinion and all the palettes that I showed you. If you end up buying any of these palettes because of this video, please leave it as a comment down below. I would love to see what you guys got and your opinions about it. And all the links, all the pricing, every discount codes that I have, they're gonna be down in the description box for you guys. And yeah, that's about it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my socials, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Love you lots. Bye bye.